guys, I thought I would film a draw with me video, and it's kind of a tutorial video, I guess. I am creating a greeting card on my iPad with the Procreate app. So I'm going in here and I already have a canvas created for the greeting card size that I use. So basically, I make them 5x7 cards. So it would be 10 by 7 is the canvas size. And I went into the, words. Okay, so here I'm going in and I'm typing a photo reference for the mug, World's Best Boss. This was for my husband's boss for Boss's Day. And it's kind of a little inside joke they have, and they love The Office. So he asked if I would create this card for him. So I went into the assisted drawing in the tools section, and this helps. You can use the assisted drawing option, which you see I clicked there and then clicked it off, and that will help you draw straight lines on the grid. And obviously I clicked it off here because I made a curved line. And if you hold your pencil down after you make that line, then you can edit it. So I use the assisted drawing on the tabletop. Well, you'll see it is a tabletop where the mug is sitting. And here I'm just doing my sketch for the drawing. And I'm using the 6B pencil. I'm almost positive it's one of the tools that come with, oh, there goes my dogs, of course. One of the tools that came with Procreate. So it is the 6B pencil. And I have it on a dark brown color. I don't have a set color yet that I like to sketch in. Maybe sometimes violet. I seem to use more, or blue. I think this is just the color that I had, that was already on my palette. So I just went with it. So again, I just drew that curved line, held my pencil down after I drew it so I could edit then the curved line for the handle of the mug. And I'm not like a Procreate pro by any means. I've used this app for about, it's been about a year now. So, and obviously there's so much to learn. I'm still learning. But I thought I would share my process for making the greeting cards. And I do have greeting cards in my Etsy shop. Some are naughty, adult cards, and some are your run-of-the-mill, cards that you could give to anyone. And here I'm using the new option, kind of new, in Procreate, the Add Text section, because I hate my handwriting, and obviously this is pretty simple blocky text that's on the mug. And then I fiddled with this forever trying to get perspective. I haven't messed with the text enough and the perspective and cropping and all that. So here you can see I'm trying to distort the words to make it look as though they're curved around the mug. And I edited and cut a bunch of this out because I just had a heck of a time with it. And here I'm looking for a brush to use for the table. And I think this is an app. Oh, did I purchase this brush? I mean brush, not app, I'm sorry. I'll try and list the brushes below that I used. I believe this is the Concrete, and I feel like I purchased this from, I believe his name's Gal Shear. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but if it was a purchase brush, I will link it down below in the description box. But I'm almost positive it's called Concrete. And then, let's see. I did an overlay on it as well with a clipping mask to add a different color. And then here I'm using another brush that I purchased, and I just purchased this one and I cannot remember where I got it from or what it's called. Sorry for my head in the way there. I was trying to see if my line was straight. But I will also list it. And if you guys see any brushes you do not think that I mentioned, please let me know. So here I'm just trying to get a straight line. I still love to draw and paint with traditional art supplies, but I have to say the iPad and Procreate was a total game changer for me. Like, one of my favorite parts of the day is after we get the kids to bed, my husband and I will turn on Netflix, or something, watch a movie, and I can lay in bed and, draw or paint with brushes and Procreate. It's not as easy to do that with traditional supplies, so this has just been a total game changer for me. Although, like I said, I still miss my traditional supplies once in a while and will bust them out. So as you can see, on this canvas, we have the front of the card on the right half, and the back of the card will be on the left half. So I was just straightening up the background behind the mug there, so it didn't go onto the back side. My head again. I kind of had a tough time too with the mug, trying to get the lines the way I wanted. Sometimes I feel like the most simple things that you do are the hardest, like just a simple mug, the lines and everything, whereas something that's a little more complex it's not as stressful or as hard to make that perfect line. I'm just straightening up the lines. You can see that's the one thing I hate about the color drop. When you drop the color from the palette onto your canvas, I hate those little lines that you get around there. If anyone knows a way to not get those, please let me know. But I absolutely cannot stand them. So sometimes I won't even do that just for that reason. But with, a large area to color like this, I will go ahead and do that. So see, you hear me fussing with the corners of the mug. I think even later I mess with it some more. Here I'm coloring in those stupid lines that don't get filled when you do the color drop. My dog is bringing me a tennis ball. She wants to play so bad, and I feel bad. Sorry. She's crazy. Can you guys hear her? She's a wild girl, huh? Alright, so we're coloring in the handle of the mug. You can see here I did not do the color drop. I just colored it in. If it's a small area, I just manually do it, because I'm going to have to go around the edges anyways if I do the color drop. And I darkened the background instead of that mint color I originally had, because I couldn't see the white very well to make sure my edges were clean, so that's why I changed that background color. Let's see, what am I doing here? Oh, I know what I was doing here. Since I had that dark brown, my texts were dark brown, so I just did, alpha lock so that it would just color in those text with that black. And here I'm picking the soft brush and trying to add some shading. I do a clipping mask and overlay, and choose the black color. Here I was trying something else where you just select a certain area to darken with the selection tool, and it just wasn't working very well. So I didn't like how harsh the lines were. So I decided to scratch that idea. Back to the clipping mask. I don't know if I did overlay here or not. No, I didn't. I can tell because my opacity is low. That's the one thing I hate about lowering the opacity. If you go back over that area, it darkens that area. So the more you pass over, one spot, it's going to be darker, that one spot that keeps getting passed over. Am I making any sense? So that's why I like overlay. I can turn the opacity up, and if I still go over the same area twice, it's not going to be darker than the area I went over once. And I hope I'm explaining that. Here I'm fussing with the handle. I think I don't like that, so I erase it, look at it some more. Again, you think this would be so simple, but I just, keep messing with the lines. And again, messing. Erasing, painting. I hope you guys enjoy this and this is not boring for you. Again, this is not, those of you who use Procreate religiously may know a lot more secrets than I do, and I'm not trying to, state that I am a genius at this at all. I just thought I would share my process for making the greeting cards. And if you see anything I'm doing that I could do easier, that I'm putting way too much work into, by all means, please let me know. I love to hear any tips and tricks that I don't know. And I know, again, there's so many, and I've seen videos. YouTube is amazing for learning how to use this app. And I've seen so many videos and watched so many tips, and I forget the ones that I've already seen because there's just so many. This is an awesome app. I absolutely love it. So here I finally go back, do the clipping mask with the overlay with black, and add my shading with the soft brush. And I hid the layer that had the text just so I could see, a little more clearly without the text interrupting my my vision here. I'm just looking to see where the light hits on the mug, some of the shadows. And again, it's nothing that's super realistic, but I wanted to at least get most of it right. Adding some shading to the bottom, kind of all over, because you can see in the reference photo there's kind of some shading all through the mug there. And I really wanted to add some dimension to that handle. Here I'm just cleaning up the highlights there on the top of the mug. I thought about putting steam coming out of the top. I thought that would be cute, and I thought, well, I don't want to add anything else that I don't need to and make it take away from the whole point of the thing, I guess. So here I'm using the blending tool. I'm just kind of blending some of that shading, and now again with the edges of the mug, I'm using the eraser to take away some of the mug. I'm not a perfectionist at all, I swear. then I add the text in, see if I like it. Of course, I have to take away that dark background and bring the blue background back in. I thought the mug needed to be moved over some more, so I locked all of the layers. I could just group them, I just hadn't grouped them, and then I could move them, but instead I just did that. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Another overlay. Oh, I'm adding the shadow to the bottom of the mug on the table. Again with that soft brush. And I always just use black out of my palette when I do the overlay. You can see there I like smudged it. I was trying to get rid of that smudge. So I go back in again. Add my shadow. And then I have a brush I created that has my logo on it that I put on the back of all of my cards. So I choose that. And I had to darken it up some because you couldn't really see it when I try and match the color from the front of the card. So I usually just play with it until I get the right size, and there you go. And there I decided to make the mug a little smaller because when I print these I always end up cutting them smaller than what they're showing, and that's what I ended up with for the Boss's Day card. And you'll see the finished product. Oh, here I'm showing you on the inside. I use the same size canvas, use the drawing guide and do the symmetry, but turn the assisted guide off so that it doesn't, you know, help draw symmetrically. And then I just add the text on the right side of the card. And here is the card all finished, printed, cut with the corners rounded with my logo on the back. And I didn't want to show the inside because it had my husband's boss's name in. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.